Welcome back once again, all of my low carb friends, and for those of you who are here for the first time, welcome. Today I have another sweet keto treat for you guys. Today I'm going to show you how to make a very simple keto ice cream cake. This is perfect for any time you have parties or anytime you just want cake and ice cream. And if you want a printable version of this, you can check out my website at janetsdeliciouslowcarbkitchen.com. You can find a printable version of this recipe and other goodies there for you. And if you're new to the channel and you want to see lots of easy, delicious keto low carb recipes, make sure you click the subscribe button and click the notification bell that's right next to the subscribe button. That way you can be notified every time I put out videos every Wednesday and Saturday. And if you'd like to help support the channel, make sure you scroll down in the description of the video. You'll see some affiliate links. Anytime you purchase anything using those affiliate links, a small portion of your purchase will go to me and help support the channel. So, while you do all that, let's get cooking. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Line an 8-inch round cake pan with parchment paper and set it to the side for a second. In a large mixing bowl, combine 46 grams or 6 tablespoons of coconut flour, 12 grams or 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum, 1 gram or 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 95 grams or a half cup of granulated sweetener of your choice. I'm using granulated monk fruit sweetener. You can use whatever sweetener you want. You can also use more or less depending on how sweet you want your cake. And 19 grams or 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Sift or whisk these all together until they're fully combined and there are no lumps in the dry ingredients. Add 2 large room temperature eggs. Make sure they are room temperature so they stir into the dry ingredients more smooth. Stir the eggs into the dry ingredients until everything is fully combined and all the dry ingredients are moist. Add 6 tablespoons of room temperature butter that's slightly softened. Make sure it's just softened, not melted. Stir the butter in until everything is fully combined and smooth. Add 4 ounces or a half cup of the milk of your choice. Make sure it is room temperature, whatever milk you choose to use. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Stir everything all together until everything is fully combined and you have a smooth batter. Once your batter is all combined, scoop the batter into your prepared cake pan and use a spatula or a wooden spoon and spread the batter evenly throughout the cake pan. Make sure the top stays nice and smooth. Then place it in your preheated oven and bake at 350 degrees for 23 to 25 minutes or until the cake is slightly darkened around the edges and a tester comes out clean. Once it's done baking, remove the cake from the oven. It still will be soft, but it will firm up as it cools. So allow it to cool in the pan for at least 1 hour or until it is firm enough to remove from the pan without falling apart. After the cake has cooled in the pan for an hour and has firmed up, use a butter knife or a small spatula and loosen the edges of the cake from the sides of the pan. Then very carefully tilt the cake out onto a wire rack and allow it to cool completely before topping it with the ice cream. Now before you remove your cake from the oven, while it's baking, place 1.5 pints or 3 cups of the ice cream of your choice onto your countertop so it can start softening a little bit. You don't want the ice cream to be melted, but you want it to be soft enough to where you can form it into a shape. You can use any ice cream you want. I have several different keto ice cream recipes. I'll put them in the description if you want to use those. Or you can just buy store-bought keto ice cream. That's up to you. I'm just using a keto vanilla ice cream, keeping it simple. Once the ice cream is softened and while you're waiting for your cake to cool, line another 8-inch cake pan with plastic wrap and allow the plastic wrap to overhang on the sides just a little bit. This will make it easier for you to lift your ice cream out of the cake pan once it's firm. Take your softened ice cream and scoop it into the prepared cake pan. Then use a spatula and spread the ice cream evenly throughout the cake pan, making sure that the top stays smooth. Once the ice cream is shaped, place it in your freezer for at least 1 hour or until it is firm. Once your cake has cooled completely, place it on a freezer-safe plate. Then remove the ice cream from the freezer. It doesn't have to be solid, but you do want it to be firm enough so that when you remove it from the cake pan, it keeps its shape. Grasp the plastic wrap and gently lift the ice cream out. Then remove the plastic wrap and turn the ice cream onto the top of your cooled cake, making sure that the smooth part of the ice cream is on top. If you need to, you can gently press the ice cream so that it completely fits the shape of your cake. Then place it back into the freezer and allow the cake to freeze for another hour or so, just to make sure that the cake and the ice cream are going to stick together really well. I actually like to freeze this overnight, but it can be ready in an hour or so. You're just wanting to make sure that those layers are not going to fall apart once you start frosting it. While your cake is freezing, we're going to make the frosting. In a large mixer bowl, place 12 ounces or 1.5 cups of coconut cream. Place the whisk attachment on your standing mixer. Turn your mixer onto medium-low and gradually start whisking the coconut cream. Then very carefully, gradually add 33 grams or 1/4 cup of powdered monk fruit allulose blend sweetener or the powdered sugar sweetener of your choice. Make sure you just gradually add this in and let it whisk together with the cream after each addition. You don't want to add this all at once. It can clump up and then the sweetener will not dissolve the way it's supposed to dissolve, and then you'll end up having a grainy frosting, and we don't want that. Once the sweetener's been all added, if you need to, you can scrape down the sides of the bowl. Sometimes while you're adding the sweetener, it can get flung up on the sides a little bit. Then increase your speed to medium and beat on medium for about 3 minutes or until the cream is starting to get thick. After the 3 minutes, increase your speed to medium-high and whisk on medium-high for 1 more minute or until your cream has formed peaks. The way you know it's done is when you take the whisk attachment off of your standing mixer. At the end of your whisk attachment, there should be a peak of cream on the end of it. It should be standing up. It shouldn't be drooping over or dripping off of your whisk. If it is, then you need to whisk it on medium-high for a few more seconds. Once the frosting is whisked together and you've got your little peaks formed, then scoop the frosting into an airtight container and place it in the refrigerator for at least an hour so that the frosting can thicken up. You want it to be thick enough so that you can spread it on your cake and not have it dripping off of your cake. So allow it to thicken in the fridge for at least an hour. After the hour, remove your cake from the freezer and remove your frosting from the refrigerator. Then spread the frosting evenly over the top and the sides of your cake. I usually use about 1.5 cups of the frosting for the top, and then I just use the rest around the edges. It's up to you how much frosting you want to use on your cake. You can also decorate it however you choose. If you want to put some sprinkles or some syrup or whatever you want to put on your cake, however you choose to decorate it is up to you. Once your cake's all decorated, place it in the freezer again for another 30 to 45 minutes or just until the frosting is firm. Once the frosting is firm, remove your cake from the freezer, cut your desired slice. If your cake is frozen solid and it's hard to cut, then all you need to do is run your knife under very hot water and it should slide right there and cut your slice very easily. If you do have any leftovers, store the leftover cake in an airtight container in your freezer for up to 1 week. Eat and enjoy. And that's our recipe of the day. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you want to see more videos like this, make sure you click that thumbs up like button, click that subscribe button, leave me a comment if you want to. Let me know if there's any recipes that you'd like to learn how to make, and I'll do what I can to get those out there for you. And as always, keep cooking.